So when I go ahead and edit tests, you'll see what I do. All right, so there's my exercises. I'm going to save it before I do anything else with it, just so that my base work is started. And the first thing I'm going to do is create a choice set. What that's going to look like on the athlete side is they're going to have a choice between two exercises. They select one, and away they go. All right, so I'll show you a little bit more detail what that looks like for the athletes. But for the coaches, we go ahead and say add alternates. I'm going to say choice set and confirm. So now I have blue brackets, which identifies a choice set. And to add that, I do the same thing I would do for a superset. So I hit my 4 arrows, drop it into the brackets. Now I've got my choice set all taken care of, and I save it. All right, so it's as easy as that to build a choice set. The next set style we're going to build is going to be an alternate set. What that is it's going to show the athlete the top exercise in the brackets, but if they don't like that exercise or they don't have the equipment to do the exercise, whatever it may be, they have the opportunity to click on an icon, which I'll show you in the athlete view, to switch that out with a coach-approved alternate. All right, you can have as many alternates as you want to, as many choices as you want to. So this one I'm going to outline as an alternate set. I'm just going to have one alternate for the sake of time on this one. So barbell deadlift is exercise 1. I hit my 4 arrows, and I drop in my trap bar. That'll show up on the list of selections when the athlete clicks on the icon to have an alternate exercise. So maybe they don't have a barbell or don't like the barbell deadlift, they can switch to a trap bar, right? So we'll save it. The last thing I'm going to do is our old school, our first choice set that we ever had, not a choice set, our first set style that we had was our supersets. I'm sure you're familiar with these. I hit my 3 dots and I just say make superset, but just as a review, again, I just hit my 4 arrows and drop it in. So now I've got my superset within the gray brackets. So now we have color-coded systems. So choice set is blue, alternate set is green, superset is gray. That helps the coach kind of identify down the line what all that does. Again, I just like to save it once I have them built. And then the last thing I'm going to do is test sets. What a test set is basically is it's going to take the weight entered by the athlete on their first set or whatever set you identify as their test set, and it's going to calculate a 1 rep max, which you can then base the following percentages on to switch it up. All right, so and for the sake of time, I always do the percentage I'm going to use later on as this top one because it doesn't matter to the test set, right? So I go ahead and hit the 3 dots, hit edit tests. It brings up here my test settings. So exercise default, the back squat is the 1 RM that it's related to. That's what's called in our system the shared baseline, or you can use a different shared baseline, all right? From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my sets that I want to test on. You can have multiple test sets within one set of exercises within one flow. I'm just going to do one. So the top one, I'm going to base the next 4 sets off of what was registered in set 1. So I hit next, that pops my clipboard down on there, and then I can go ahead and edit it and set progressions. So this top test is going to be 3 reps at 100%. The rest are going to be 80%, but I want the next sets, they're going to do sets of 5 of 80% of their new established 1 RM that's going to be established in set 1. It automatically updates in the background when they hit save, and they can go ahead and utilize it and start working off of that. All right, so I save my progression, and I have everything there. So I have 1 test of 3 RM, and then I have 4 sets of 5 based off of what that is. Save it, and I can move on from there. All right, so that's what that looks like from the coach's view, how to build it out, all your sets, again, your choice sets, your alternate sets, your supersets, and your test sets. I already assigned this out to an athlete earlier on, so I'm going to go ahead and jump over here, and Kevin has my example program, and I'm going to show you what this looks like from the athlete's point of view. So I jump over to example program. On the athlete, now here's what my view looks like. This is going to look the same on mobile, it's going to look the same on desktop or tablet, whatever it is. You can see the superset is in the classic brackets that we had to identify the superset. We know how those work. Choose one of the following. This is their choice set. So this is the athlete's view of the choice set. All right, so they can see their 2 choices. Do I want to do power snatch or do I want to do clean and jerk today? You're just giving them the option to do it. All right, so I go ahead and I can click on maybe I want to do clean and jerk instead. I confirm my exercise selection. So the orange bar is next to barbell clean and jerk, meaning I chose that, and I hit swap. So now it looks pretty standard, right? They chose their barbell clean and jerk. Before they complete any sets, maybe they're looking at their exercise list, what's prescribed for the day, maybe they change their mind. I can hit this roadmap icon and say, okay, maybe not. I want to do barbell power snatch instead. So I alternate over. So basically, once you choose something in a choice set, it becomes an alternate set. So it'll refresh, and now I have my barbell power snatch as my choice. My barbell deadlift, this is the second set that we built as the coach. This is the alternate set. So you can see the top exercise. This is what the coach prescribed. If the athlete doesn't like doing barbell deadlift, can't do it, doesn't have the equipment to do it, or just prefers something else, they can go ahead and hit their roadmap, and your coach approved lists will show up. In this case, I only approved one separate exercise. You can have as many as you want as far as alternates go. So you could have added anything else, kettlebell deadlift, dumbbell deadlift, whatever it is, suitcase deadlift, whatever you wanted to substitute for, you could have added to this list and had multiples. And then that athlete just goes, all right, yeah, I prefer this one, swap, drops it in, and now they have their choice made. It swapped from barbell deadlift to trap bar deadlift, and away they go. All right, so with that said, the last thing here is the test sets, right? So what I go ahead and do is that athlete's going to test their 3-rep max on the back squat. I go 225 and complete. That's my test set. I'm done, and then the next of these sets, once they move on, is then going to be the set here is based off of the established here. So they did 3 reps of 225, and now they have prescribed 5 reps of 180 down the line based off of that test set. So whatever that test set said, whatever the calculated percentage is, away they go here. So it was set in this installation as 75%. All right, so there they go. So that's how that works for the athlete. And again, they just go down the line, completing their exercises. They move on. Everything remains the same from there for the athlete or the soldier's point of view. The only thing that was different was they were given the opportunity to identify their test set. This is probably best done, obviously, with a coach present. But and then the other ones were choice sets and alternate sets. You basically giving the user a little bit more freedom with what they can do with their programmed exercises. Give them a choice of the day. If you want to give them a choice, you can go ahead and outline it. Do you want to work on snatch today? Do you want to work on clean and jerk today? Whatever it is. They chose their style of deadlift, whatever that may be. And then you can roll them from there. And then just the last thing I'll dump in is going to be how the supersets work, right? So I have these 2 exercises back and forth in brackets. My Romanian deadlift is first. I go ahead, I completed my 10 reps. I hit completed, and it bounces me over to the second exercise within those brackets, glute bridge. I can see what I'm supposed to do. I hit complete, and then it'll bounce you back and forth, just like a superset would be, right?